Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and today's practice is going to be mainly a standing practice. And this will help stretch and strengthen your muscles. And if you practice it first thing in the morning, which I am doing today, it will really set you up for your day. So when you're ready, find some space, roll out your mat and let's begin. So as I said, today's practice is mainly a standing practice. You'll have to excuse my makeshift mat that I'm using today. I am lucky enough to be on my jollies. So we are going to come to the top of our mat, facing the top of our mat. I'll just face the camera so you can see what we are going to do. Just planting our feet and standing in our Tadasana. So the feet can be hip distance or a little wider if you want to, just to find your stability. Turn your palms face forward. This has the effect of drawing the shoulders down and then maybe closing the eyes. So just starting our class as we usually do by focusing on the breath. Okay, we're usually lying down or sitting down, but we're getting the same effect by standing. We're also finding our center of gravity and being aware of where our balance is as well. So with the eyes closed, let's draw the breath in through the nose. A full breath, expanding the belly on the inhale. And on the exhale, again, returning that breath through the nose and feeling the belly button return towards the spine. And whilst focusing on the breath, be aware of your balance as well. Maybe rocking yourself forward slightly and backwards, to the right, to the left. Just finding your stability, finding your foundations, the foundations with the breath, the foundations with the body. If you have your eyes closed, begin to flutter your eyelids open, lift your shoulders up to your ears, roll them back and down. And on your next inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Interlacing the fingers, so just pointing your two index fingers towards the ceiling or the sky. As we exhale, just taking a bend towards the right-hand side. Trying to keep shoulder over shoulder here. And the weight even in both feet if we can. As we breathe in, we come back up. And as we exhale, we take it to the left. A nice big stretch through the body here. Coming back to center and drawing the hands down through the heart. Inhale, let's reach those arms up. Touch the palms as we exhale, drawing them down through the center, at the same time hinging from the hips. Bend the knees if you need to fold it forward. Touching your hands to the floor or the front of the legs and let your head feel heavy. If it is first thing in the morning for you, then the legs might feel a little tight, so have as deep a bend in those knees as you need to. Just staying here, having a little sway as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling and let your head fall towards the earth. On your next inhale, plant those hands firmly to the mat, so really bend the knees and just step your feet back into a plank position. So finding your strong plank with your shoulders over your wrists. See if we can just hold it here for a breath or two, pulling that belly button in, and then drop the knees down towards the floor. Keeping those wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, making our way through a couple of cat-cows to bring some movement into the back of the body. So as we inhale, we lift the tailbone, drop the belly, draw the shoulders back and down. And as we exhale, we repeat that movement, starting at the tailbone, sending the spine towards the ceiling. So just a few breaths here. So coming back into our neutral spine, begin to tuck your toes underneath you and lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. So the fingers are wide on the mat and you can move those feet around as much as you need to find your stability, your comfortability in downward facing dog. Lift that right leg up, bend the knee, and we're going to open out the hip. So you're drawing your right heel towards your left bum cheek. So nice stretch here into the right hip. Straighten the right leg back behind you. And then draw your right knee in towards your nose. Hover it here, squeezing through the abdominals before dropping your right foot in between your hands. We're staying up on the toes of that left foot, keeping our left hand planted to the inside of the right foot and just reaching that right arm up towards the ceiling. Big breath here, and then swapping the hands over, taking your right hand down to the inside of that right foot and drawing our left arm up. You might need to pivot a little bit on your back foot for this one. Returning your left hand to the floor, framing that right foot, and seeing if we can draw the bottom backwards, stretching through the back of our right leg in a hamstring stretch. And again, if your legs are feeling quite tight, keep as deep a bend as you need to in that front leg. Maybe even bring a little movement into it so we don't have to stay still. We can rock forwards and backwards, encouraging some stretch into the back of that right leg. Taking our hands back to the earth, either side of that right foot, we're going to step it into downward dog. Plank, downward dog. Take a moment, take a breath before extending our left leg up, bending that left knee, opening out the hip. Straighten the left leg back behind. Draw the knee into the nose, big squeeze here. And drop our left foot between the hands. So the same on this side, we're staying on the toes of our right foot, lifting our left arm up towards the ceiling here. Just staying here for a breath before swapping the hands over. The left hand returns to the floor and we reach that right arm up. A lovely stretch and twist, pushing the feet firmly into the mat. Taking the hands back down as we frame the left foot, hamstring stretch on this side. Always sounds a little bit of a tongue teaser to this one. Hamstring stretch. And again, moving the body forwards and backwards, finding some movement, finding some space within the body. Planting those hands firmly either side of that left foot, we step it back into a downward facing dog. From downward dog, bring your body forward into plank. Drop the knees to the floor, keeping those elbows tight to the body as we lower the chest down and the chin down. Bringing ourselves forward and through into a low cobra or up dog, if that is your preference. And then from here, working our way back into our downward facing dog. Looking forward towards the hands, we're going to step our feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. And then pushing through the feet, bending the knees if we need to reach the arms up, touch the palms together, bringing our hands towards our heart. And as we do so, transferring our weight into our right foot, lifting our left knee, relax the shoulders, finding that balance again. And we're going to step the left foot back behind us, nice big wide step, opening out the arms into warrior two. And again, dancing your feet around as much as you need to in your warrior two position. Dear, I've got half a tree on me as well. Relax those shoulders. The left hand travels down the back leg as we reach the right arm up and behind us in our reverse warrior. Moving through warrior two, we take our right forearm onto the right thigh. Left arm reaches overhead, extended side angle, really pushing into that back foot in this posture. Whenever we bring the weight forward, the weight travels into the front foot, but we're trying to keep that balance. And again, think about what that right forearm is doing. Are we throwing all the weight on the thigh, or are we staying lifted through the body? Remember, strength, stretch, flexibility, all these things going on in this standing sequence. Let's bring it back into warrior two. Straighten our right leg now. Now you might want to heel toe the back foot in a smidget as we come into triangle pose. So two straight legs. I hope your mat is slightly more grippy than mine. We inhale, lengthen forward. We exhale, rotate over. Again, finding that space through the ribs, lengthening, planting the feet. Look down towards our right foot, bend into the knee. We travel back up, straightening that right leg again, and we reverse our triangle. We take the left arm down the leg, reaching up with the right, feeling that lovely stretch all the way down the right-hand side of the body. Inhale, coming back up, lengthening the arms and taking the feet to face the long edge of your mat. Take your hands onto your hips or your waist, roll those shoulders back and down, give them a little bit of a shrug. Big breath in as we extend through the torso, and as we exhale, hinging from the hips, folding forward, taking the hands either onto our legs, or we might be able to reach our hands all the way down to the mat. And again, letting that head feel heavy in our wide leg forward fold. And thinking back to the top of the class where we were standing in our mountain pose and we were transferring the weight from the toes to the heels. And we can bring that practice into this posture as well. So just slowly rocking forwards and backwards. Shifting the weight, noticing how it feels down the back of the legs here. We're going to walk our hands around to the front of the mat now. So all 10 toes are facing the top of the mat, and all we're going to do is step our left foot to meet our right. A little fold forward, and then inhale, lifting up, reaching our arms up, touching our palms together, drawing them down through the heart as we transfer the weight into our left foot, lifting our right knee. Step it back, nice wide step behind us, opening out into Warrior Two. So for this side, I will have my back to you, but it just gives you another angle to view these postures from. So pushing firmly into both feet, outside edge of that right foot, hitting the floor if we can, as deeper bend into that left knee. Reversing the warrior now, so taking the right hand down, reaching up with the left, taking it behind us, softening through that right shoulder. Moving back through our Warrior Two, we sweep over into extended side angle. Again, pushing that right foot as much as we can into the floor to find the length through the right hand side of the body. Inhale, excuse me, back into Warrior Two, straightening that left leg. Triangle pose on the left hand side. So we inhale, we find length through the body. We exhale, rotating over. If the neck is feeling okay, we can look up towards the fingertips of that right hand. Otherwise, keep your gaze to the floor. Bend into our left knee, push ourselves all the way back up, dropping our hands onto our waist as we turn our feet to face the long edge of the mat. This time we're going to interlace our fingers behind us, drawing our knuckles down towards the earth, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and as we exhale, hinging from the hips, folding forward, reaching those arms up overhead. Drop the hands down to the earth, walk them around towards that left foot. Hands on the floor, all 10 toes facing the top of the mat as we step right foot to meet left. Fold it forward, inhale up, palms touch, bring the hands towards the heart. Take the arms alongside the body, have a little rest in your mountain pose, collect your thoughts, collect your breath. We're going to link those two sequences together, raising the heart rate, making you feel energized and strong. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Drawing those hands down through the center of the body as we fold it forward. Hands come to the earth, bend the knees if you need to. We're going to step it back into plank, finding that nice strong plank position. Drop down onto the knees, keeping those elbows close to the body as we draw the chest down, the chin down, coming into our cobra or our up dog and finding our downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Open out that hip. So we bend the knee, opening out the hip. straighten that right leg back behind you. Bring the knee into the nose before planting our right foot between the hands. The left hand stays where it is as we sweep that right arm up. One breath, one movement if we can. Really energizing, dropping our right hand down, reaching our left arm up, finding the balance, finding the focus, not forgetting the breath. Both hands return to the mat either side of the right foot as we draw the bottom towards that left heel in our hamstring stretch. You might have a little bit more movement in the back of that leg, but we could always sway forwards and back, or even drop down onto that left knee if it is feeling particularly tight here. Stepping our left foot to meet our right at the top of the mat, folding forward. Inhale, lengthening up, touching our palms together, drawing our hands to the heart as we shift the weight into the right foot and lift that left knee, stepping it back into our warrior two. Reverse our warrior. Coming over into extended side angle, moving smoothly. Back through our warrior two, straightening our right leg. Inhale, exhale, triangle pose. Turning the gaze towards that right foot, a little bend in the knee, back into triangle, reverse our triangle. Bringing the arms back to shoulder height, maybe even dropping the hands onto the waist as we turn the feet to find the long edge of the mat. Lengthen, push the feet down, exhale, folding forward, wide-legged forward fold. Relax the shoulders, relax the head, have a little bit of a shuffle round here. And then as we inhale, we walk our hands around towards that right foot, framing our right foot. This time we're just going to step it back into plank. Lower down onto the knees. Send that chest down, that chin down, or chaturanga if you want to. Into your up dog or your cobra. Finding downward facing dog. Inhale that left foot towards the ceiling or the sky, bending the knee, opening out the hip. Straighten the left leg back behind you. Draw the left knee into the nose and then drop the left foot between the hands. Find your foundations first before you lift that left arm up towards the ceiling. Keeping the left knee tracking towards the small toe, try not to let it fall in. Swap the hands over now so the left hand comes down, the right arm lifts up. Taking both hands down either side of the left foot as we stretch down the back of that left leg in our hamstring. Again, we can walk the hands backwards. We can drop to the knee if that feels a little bit more comfortable, all the while keeping our shoulders soft if we can. From here, stepping our right foot to meet our left at the top of the mat, folding forward. Inhale, lifting up, touching our palms together, bringing the hands to the heart as we bring the weight into our left foot, lifting our right knee. On the home stretch now, people, taking that right foot back behind you, opening out into your warrior two. Reverse warrior. Back through warrior two as we take our left forearm onto the thigh, extended side angle. Inhale. Warrior two, straighten that left leg. Triangle pose to the left-hand side. Shuffle the feet around, make sure you're feeling secure. Inhale as we lengthen, exhale as we rotate over. Are we having fun? Bending into the left knee just to push yourself up. Reversing our triangle pose. Following that breath. Drawing yourself back up. Turning your feet to face the long edge of the mat. Interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles to the floor as we breathe in, and as we exhale, extend and lengthen. Maybe lifting the arms up overhead. Maybe the arms don't want to move too much. in which case just push your knuckles away from you so you're getting a stretch down the back of the hands there, back of the arms even. Releasing your hands to the floor, sending yourself to face the top of your mat. Step your left foot back into a plank position. Lift your hips high into downward facing dog. Little bend in the knees. We're going to jump into a seated position. Oh, yes, we are. So we bend the knees, hop it forward, cross the ankles over, and find your seat. Well done. I hope you are feeling all buzzy and full of energy now. So find a comfortable seated position, cross-legged or sitting on your knees if this doesn't work for you. You're going to inhale the arms up, touch the palms together, and as we exhale, taking our right hand onto our left knee and the left hand behind us, dropping the shoulders and just coming into a gentle twist. Just stay here for a couple of breaths. Really focus on dropping the shoulders, breathing deeply, maybe even closing the eyes at this point as we come to the end of our practice. And if you want to use your right hand as a little bit of leverage to draw you round further, just listen to your body, see what that is telling you to do. If it's feeling too tight and uncomfortable, just let the breath carry you round. As we inhale, we come back to the front and we reach the arms up again. Big stretch, rooting down through the sit bones as the fingertips reach towards the sky or the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we take our left hand onto our right knee and twist towards the right. One side might feel a bit tighter than the other. You might not twist as far on one side, and that's okay. Just relax into your breathing, finding length through the spine, imagining an even twist as it rotates up through the spine. As we inhale, we come back to center. We lift those arms up, we touch our palms together, and we bring those hands down towards the heart. Thank you very much for joining me on the mat today. And if you enjoyed this class, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very, very much, and I will see you on the mat again soon. Namaste.